Hey guys, it's Oscar, and on the Space Couch today, I watched this, and I read this. There's a lot of differences between them. I must say, I do enjoy this film. It does a bare bones job of showing the first part of this, you know, like on Arrakis and stuff, and him meeting up with the Fremen and all of that. But there's none of the subtlety and nuance that is in this. None of it at all. Whole sequences not in this that are in this. Like Count Fenring and his wife are not in this at all. And they're quite important in this one. There's no mention of that conservatory room in the Arrakeen Keep with all of the planets in this one. You know, where Jessica reads the message from Margot Fenring, the other Bene Gesserit witch. And that very tense dinner party that happens just before Shadow Mapes and Tuke, I think it is, get murdered. That's not in this, and neither is Tuke, by the way. It's only Shadow Mapes gets murdered in this just before Duke Leto gets kidnapped. But yes, lots of stuff missing from this. It's like, I've seen both versions of this. The one with the original Princess Irulan narration at the beginning, and the one that's like the concept art narration. It's funny, because this is the one with Irulan in it. Other than that narration, she has got one word of dialogue in the entire movie. And it's towards the beginning, it's when when the navigator comes to see the Emperor and she's part of the crowd. And she turns to him and says, "Father?" And then he basically tells her that she has to leave now. That is literally the only word of dialogue she has that I can remember. But in the new movie, I expect in the second part, I expect Irulan will have a much greater role. But yes, I mean, this is fantastic. It really is. And I've started reading the others as well. I picked up another two of them today. Children of Dune and God Emperor, because I finished Dune Messiah. This, I do like this. It's like, the set design is fantastic. The music is really good with that score from Toto. Duh, 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 duh. Maybe we'll see a version of that, or hear a version of that in the new movie. And the effects, not so much. I mean, at the time, they were a little bit dated. I mean, it's early 80s effects, and obviously nearly 40 years later, you can certainly see where it falls down, but not terrible. Like, the miniatures are really good as well. The costuming is fantastic. All of the cast are pretty decent, but I'd forgotten how much internal monologue there is in this. I swear it must be like a third of the dialogue is the characters saying it to themselves in their heads. And obviously that kind of happens in this as well, but that's more normal for a book to have internal monologues than for a film to have it. But yes, this is an absolute classic. So much depth and nuance and subtlety and details of the Fremen culture and of the Empire as well that is not in this at all, which is a real shame. I suspect we're going to see a lot of that in the new movie, which is due out in a month or two, which I'm very much looking forward to. But yes, Dune 1984 and Dune, the original novel. Oh, I must just say, having started reading the later books, I'm kind of finding the Fremen a bit annoying and irritating. With their desert ways, I don't know, maybe that's controversial, but I expect we'll talk about that more when I get to reviewing those books. But yes, Dune 1984 and Frank Herbert's Dune, the novel. I'm continuing my preparation for the Dune movie, working my way through the original novels. But for now, I hope you guys enjoyed this brief comparison. There's loads more that is different between them, but that could be an hour-long video. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment suggestion of what topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.